know if you guys probably see this from your perspective, but from my perspective, I had no idea that every little detail would be done before we sign a budget contract. I was totally not aware. I figured we'd sign a budget contract and I was like, how can you guys always stay on budget? Well, that's because every little decision is made before.
So Kim, let's have a conversation about your budget. How did you actually get comfortable with such a large financial endeavor?
That is a very good question, because that is probably the scariest thing for anyone with a home remodel, certainly was for us. We were at a point where it was kind of a point of no return. We had to replace things. We were going to spend tens of thousands of dollars. It was gonna happen. We had a really fixed amount of money that we were comfortable spending. And I think when I started out with you guys, we talked a lot about budgeting. That was like one of the very first things, this is our like lower end, middle, and higher end in terms of where we can go with this. And we refined that and refined that and refined that and refined that. And just so every time we came up with a new idea or I changed my mind or we had some other concept thought, we weren't even at the point where we finished the concepts before we really solidified how much I wanted to spend on the house. So I knew how much I could, and then it was a question about matching that up with what we could do conceptually. So that was very educational. That was something that you helped me really talk through a lot. So we did all that formal work up front. And then when we started getting to the design phase, I was surprised at how detailed everything got. And I would tell my friends and my family, hey, we have this budget, and they're like, oh, well, don't worry, that's gonna change when construction happens.
Right.
It's gonna evolve because obviously you're gonna find things you don't want. I'm like, well, actually, they already came out our house to do an inspection. They've already like poked in the walls. We've already looked for all those potential surprises. And so the budget didn't change, and we knew before signing the budget contract every little thing that could possibly happen. I mean, I feel like it was just
very detailed.
Way more than I ever would have thought we would go into details. That all was really picked out before the budgets were signed. And so when we finally did sign that budget contract, and I could first time just take a breath, wow, okay, now we have a couple of months where we're gonna be ordering everything and people are actually gonna come out and do construction. I'm really not afraid that we're gonna go over budget to any meaningful degree. And I have to say that was not expected, because I'm used to hearing people renovate their houses. And when I was a kid and we renovated our house, it was like, okay, here, we'll start with something, and then halfway through construction, you're gonna have to change your mind, or the materials you wanted are not available, or things change price. And with you guys, it was like, we've signed on the dotted line every single thing that we picked out.
So
very reassuring.
It sounds like you were expecting the budget to go over for sure. You were convinced of it before you started the process.
Oh yeah, well, especially when we decided to change, and I was like, well, okay, I just fundamentally hate these cabinets. What are we gonna do about it? And you were like, well, believe it or not, we could reface them for twice as much as we can just buy new cabinets. And I was like, wait, hold on. So changing the way we think about it, I think I really needed your help and the help of the design team to really be able to figure out oh yeah, we can do this. And all that happened still before we signed anything. So even though it added a little bit to our cost, it didn't go over the amount of money that I knew that we were allowed to spend on this.
Yeah, if I recall, I think it was only about $8,000 more to end up replacing all of the cabinets instead of just keeping them.
Yeah, something like that. And then I think refacing was more.
Was almost the same. It was very, very close. Yeah. So we, maybe $1,000 more. Yeah. So we decided to replace.
Yeah.
Remember to subscribe for more valuable content from your home remodeling guides at Lamont Bros.